What's up, everybody? I'm coming at you with another video. Been working on the Mustang this weekend. If you already know, I pretty much only get to work on this car on the weekends. I do work a full-time job. This car is just a hobby, and so I've been trying to do a video once a week. It's kind of what I'm trying to promise everybody. So we can go over what I did this weekend, and the first thing you can see is the Eleanor nose piece. This is just test fitted. It's only got 2 bolts holding it on. I've still got some more trimming to do. I had to trim a little bit over here to try to get a snug fit. Still not perfect, but it's pretty close. I have not trimmed this side yet, but I do have to trim it some. Again, not perfect, but it's close. But this is why you test fit now before you paint, so that you don't run into any issues and wind up scratching your paint. I'm gonna get this thing fitted the best I can, and then once I know it's good and I got all the brackets made to hold it on, then I will paint it and put it on the car. And I gotta paint the front of the car before I put it on, because I don't want to paint around it. I want a complete paint job. I did change out the fenders. We went over in one of the last videos that I didn't like the side vents that I had made, and so those fenders are off. Brand new fenders are on again. They are going to get side vents, which are in my toolbox. If you can see right there in that side drawer, there's one of the vents just propped up there. It is going to get side vents, but I'm going to wait until I have the wide body kit so that I know where the vent needs to sit. So we're waiting on that. I don't know when the wide body kit's going to come in. It's coming from Mayer, and they sometimes take months. I know it took them 3 months when I ordered the hood, and they told me 6 weeks initially on that hood. So they told me 8 to 10 weeks on the body kit and the tight fit rear bumper, and so we'll see. I mean, that's all we can do is wait. Another thing that I did, probably one of the biggest things that I did this weekend, was I put all the hardware in the doors. Took me 4 hours, but the glass is in, the tracks are in, everything is working. The window rolls up and down, the door opens and closes. The only hardware that I didn't put on is obviously the outer hardware, because we haven't painted yet. But I wanted to get these windows in, and so if I would have scratched any of this, I could fix it before I paint the entire car. And so I don't mind taping off that little bit. But windows are in, both doors. Another thing you can kind of see here, we'll come around to the passenger side so you can see it better. I've got the center console kind of mocked up. This is just a test fit. It's also going to get painted purple to match the car. You can see the cutout for the radio. I'm putting a block off plate over the original radio hole. It's going to have 2 cup holders in the center. I got one of them already in there. And then where the shifter is, you can see that crazy looking hole. I built a little cover over here to cover that. That's going to clean it up and make it look pretty good. The other thing that I've been working on this weekend is a little bit of body work. We got a very, very light coat of body filler, and so when I say light, I mean it's so thin that you can see the black magic marker where I had marked some areas through it. You don't want to go too thick with body filler, and so this is the appropriate thickness, and still going to get sanded a little bit more. But did these sides. This side still needs a little more work, but if you remember, we did a lot of metal work in these corners here, so this isn't bad at all. Same thing over here, except for this side. It's pretty well done, minus a finishing sand. And then we'll get a coat of primer over all this, and if we missed any spots, we'll come back and fix it. Been playing around with the electrical. I ordered this little fuse block. It's just obviously tossed in here and kind of wired up. I just wanted to see how it worked. I actually had the radio in the car and hooked up and was playing it, but obviously that's got to get properly wired and tucked away somewhere. I'm probably going to put it like right there, figure out how I want to wire it so that it's wired to the switch, and what wire I need to power it. So we'll figure that out, no big deal. Trying to think if there's anything else that I've done. Yes, actually there is. I put the rear exhaust tips on. These are pretty nice. I think I showed these in one of the other videos. Don't mind the valence. It is just literally held on by one bolt in each corner because I had to notch it a little bit for the exhaust tips to fit. But the exhaust tips are on. They're even now. They've never been even before. It doesn't look even in the video because the valence is kind of laying down on it over there. Again, that's not mounted, but when it's pushed up, those exhaust tips are perfectly even, and they were never even originally, so I'm super happy about that. One of the other things that I did was I went ahead and put one of the speakers in the side panel there. For some reason, the holes wasn't cut on these panels, so I actually had to cut them for the speakers to fit. But the kick panels in the front, the holes were already pre-cut, and so I was able to just take this panel basically and use that hole to mark a hole on my panels, and then it worked out pretty good. But I think that's about it. The only other thing that I could think of is the intake manifold, which I will do a video on that when it comes in. So originally I had a manifold on here that actually had to go backwards because it wouldn't clear the hood, but it was that manifold back there. If you can see the green flames to the left of the shelf, that was on there. It was originally blue with black flames, and I had sent it to the powder coater to have it powder coated, and then got to thinking about it. This air cleaner is just not, it's not big, it's really not appropriate for this engine, and that intake cover, you know, it had to be, like I say, turned backwards, and it just didn't look right. So I ordered a dual plenum intake, and that's basically where you'll have a box here, and then it's got arms that come off and they go up toward the front of the car on each side, and then it'll have air cleaner here, air cleaner here, and it'll look a lot better, but it'll also give more clean air to the engine, aside from that little tiny cleaner there that came with that cheap thing. So I'll do a video of that when it comes in. I'm looking forward to that, actually. But that's really about it. I haven't sanded the hood or anything yet. It's still probably the only part of the car that's still blue at this point, but I'm gonna try to do a video, like we say, every week if I can. We'll go from there and, you know, see how it goes. Started not to do a video this week because there's not a lot of noticeable difference as to what I've done to the car, but it's a little bit, so it was worth the video. But I hope you like it. I hope you like the car. Don't forget to subscribe. Would like to get as many subscribers as I possibly can. That lets me know that you guys like what I'm doing and makes it worth time making the videos. I don't make any money from these videos, so I'm doing this 100% for your entertainment and my enjoyment. I enjoy working on this car, and that's why I make the videos. But I won't continue making videos if nobody wants to see them. So let me know if you like the video, and the easiest way to do that is just to hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. So then you get to see the car come along and see this crazy Joker theme we got going. Hopefully come to life soon. It's going to be a slow process, but we're getting there. It's actually coming along a lot faster than I expected. I was expecting this car to be down for a year. I was looking last night, and I started this car 2 months ago. So we've made a lot of progress in 2 months, and now we're really just waiting on parts to get here to finish it. Now, of course, there's a ton of body work that has to be done still, but a lot of this body work can't be done until I have the wide body kit, so I'm not that worried about it. But we are waiting on a lot of parts, and hopefully they'll start coming in and I can get more videos out. But until then, I'll keep doing weekly updates and show you what I have been doing, even if it's nothing significant. But alright, I don't want to drag the video on forever, so everybody have a good one. Don't forget to subscribe, and hopefully I'll have another video up next Sunday.